Con el número 6, Juan Delgado. Con el número 8, Jorge Cardona. Con el número 10, Franklin Morales. Con el número 13, Yerel Frito. Con el número 15, José García. Con el 20, Edwin de León. Con el número 21 y capitán del equipo, Roy Smith. Con el número 22, Brian Johnson. Con el 27, Woodrow West. Con el 31, Carlos Sánchez. De la alineación que nos presenta el equipo de Honduras Progreso. A continuación, la alineación del equipo del Chorrillo F.C. de Panamá. Con el número 2, Guillermo Sierra. Con el número 3, Elkin Mosquera. Con el número 4, Luis Rojas. Con el 5, Manuel Vargas. Con el número 7, Oscar Villarreal. Con el número 9, Yair Catuí. Con el 18 y capitán del equipo del Chorrillo, Alfredo Stephen. Con el número 20, Luis el Popochín Jaramillo. Con el 22, Miguel Vargas. Con el 25, Luis Hurtado. Y con el 28, César Blackman. Referee principal del partido, el señor David Galdar de Canadá. Asistente número 1, Philip Beer de Canadá. Asistente número 2 de Estados Unidos, Eduardo Mariscal. Y asistente número cuarto árbitro, Ricángel Delega de Estados Unidos. Comisario Antonio Garcés de Cuba. Asesor Desmond Roberts. Coordinador general Alberto Montt.
Hey,
Brian, just to be sure, Concacaf themselves put out a thing that says, watch live on YouTube. I'm just making 100% sure we're sending it to the right place. I'm just a little worried that something got... I'm just, you know... On YouTube? Yeah, I know. I've been looking at the page. It's been there all day. It was never
Tommy.
La página de Concacaf sale más o menos cómo van a salir los equipos. ¿Quieres te lo digo? El portero, el 27. Línea de 3 en defensa. El 4. En el centro, el 31. Y por izquierda, el 21. En la media cancha, 4 jugadores. Por derecha, el 6. Por el centro el 22 con el 13, por izquierda el 15 y 3 delanteros, 10, 20, 8, 10, 20, 8.
A new tournament, new beginnings. Welcome to Scotiabank Concacaf League from Panama City. It's the first matchup of the 2017 Concacaf League slate. From Estadio Romel Fernandez in Panama City, Chorrillo is the home side of Panama, taking on Honduras Progreso. Hello, Mike Watts with you for round of 16 first leg action. This is the very first game of this very forced CONCACAF League tournament. We're so glad that you're spending it with us. It's off to the tunnels for two teams with tremendous anticipation, tremendous excitement. For Honduras, such a tremendous history in Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League. Will it carry over to CONCACAF League now? 87 degrees in Panama City, and rain still falling with a slight wind outside of Estadio Romel Fernandez. For Chorrillo, an opportunity against this Honduran side, move forward into the round of 8. If they're to do so, it would be important that they find a result here tonight at home before the second tie of this home and home series next Wednesday night. The stadium lit up. You can see it from miles around in Panama City. There is expectation for this Chorrillo side that perhaps they could knock off Progreso and make a run through CONCACAF League, all with the eyes not only on a championship in this tournament itself, but also the opportunity to enter CONCACAF Champions League in the early stages of 2018. Players are lined up in the tunnel, and now the nerves begin to set in. It was the discussion point for the Honduran head coach for Progreso, Homer Cruz, speaking to the nerves that are just now beginning to wear off as he got off the plane in Panama and embarked toward the stadium just one day ago. And one would think right now those nerves are very much back with club international competition set to begin in this 2017 CONCACAF League season. For Chorrillo, they arrived to this point the non-finalist with the best aggregate record in the 2016-17 season
in the Panamanian National League. They're already 3 games into their season. For Progreso, they're in for a similar reason. They won it all in 2015 and reached the Concacaf Champions League for the first time. But they have yet to play this year, and the question certainly remains. For Honduras Progreso, it's certainly their first team lineup, but they have not faced competition like this in a setting quite like this yet this year. For Chorrillo, they're already 3 match days into their season, and while they've only taken 1 win, a loss, and a draw from that stretch, certainly the match fitness may well benefit them in this first match of Concacaf League. Onto the field for the first time, Concacaf League preparing to get underway, the inaugural campaign. And it begins with Chorrillo
Damas y caballeros, démosle la bienvenida al equipo Honduras Progreso y al equipo del Chorrillo FC a este grandioso partido en la Liga Concacaf Scotiabank.
Now, this Panamanian and this Honduran side, their route to a CONCACAF League title and perhaps a space in Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League next year begins tonight. The round of 16, leg number 1. The return leg to Honduras just 8 days away. Moment certainly not too big for a Progreso side. It shocked many people in the CONCACAF Champions League campaign of a year ago. Well, we see Woodrow West be a hero again for Progreso. Will Roy Smith be able to help stymie this Chorrillo attack? A group that has been in Champions League twice. Not for a couple of years' time. They're back to CONCACAF League action now. These 2 teams prepare to kick off what is a new tournament. And as we meet the 2 sides, Chorrillo walking across the referees now. Here's how Richard Parra will send the group out. The captain is Alfredo Stevens, who's already off to a tremendous start in his second stint with Chorrillo FC. He has scored twice. Miguel Vargas is the goalkeeper, the 27-year-old Colombian in his 10th pro season. This may be the biggest match of his very short Chorrillo career thus far. They did make a handful of changes. In total, they made 6 from their most recent game, a 1-1 draw in league play against San Francisco on Friday night. Chance for a couple of quick photos. And the captain's meeting now. Alfredo Stevens off to meet with the Costa Rican Roy Smith. The referee tonight, David Gantar of Canada. Gantar is the main referee in the middle. Philippe Briere of Canada works 1 touchline, Eduardo Mariscal the other. Arcangel De Luca is the 4th official tonight. For Honduras Progreso, a team that has yet to begin their league campaign, this is very much a first-team lineup. Woodrow West is the goalkeeper for this group. And while a couple of names that you may remember from last year's Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League are not on the roster anymore, in particular Victor Moncada, a lot of eyes will be on Jarrell Brito, number 13, as he's an excellent goal scorer from any place on the field. He proved that in past Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League campaigns. And Carlos Sanchez Almengo did score 6 goals last year for Honduras Progreso in the Liga Nacional campaign. David Gantar standing in the center circle. There's Chorrillo's side. You don't quite know what to expect from this Panamanian group. And it has heavily rotated their squad in an effort to be fresh tonight against a Progreso side that they very much believe will try and sit back, take pressure, ultimately counter. Progreso over the ball to begin the first ever Concacaf League campaign. David Gantar looks at his watch. And for the first time, we can say, welcome to the 2017 CONCACAF League campaign. It's Chorrillo of Panama taking on Honduras Progreso. Ball back to Calix, who plays it to his left. Smith. Progreso really struggled defensively towards the end of last season. Will that carry over on what looks like a bit of a sloppy pitch in Panama City? On the run. Turned over to Stevens. And now Vargas. Sanchez will chase it out of play. Progreso, what a story they were last year in the 2016 group stage of Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League. 2 wins, a draw, and a loss. But most notably, knocked off the eventual group champion, UGAM side, Pumas. Bouncing back to a Woodrow West, who started all 4 games of that qualifying campaign. Alex. Delgado. Cardona. Tug at the jersey goes uncalled. Goal for Progreso. Jose Garcia. Garcia to throw again. There's Wilmer Cruz. The nickname like Superman, the expectation certainly must be high for the former Honduran goalkeeper. All committed at midfield by Edwin Leon. Leon simply losing his footing and pushing into Luis Jaramillo. A bit too far. Well, Woodrow West will take over. Only 3 Honduran sides in this stage, and that clearance not nearly enough to break through that initial pressure from Chorrillo. Turned over, forced by Delgado toward Mosquera. Alex found Cardona. High pressure so far from the Panamanian side at home. As the pass back from Vargas, wrong footing, intended target. Manuel Vargas now. Tado dribbling through the midfield. Villarreal. A push at the edge of the area, no whistle. And Delgado tried to spring back the other way. There's Clear frustration from Richard Parra. Header steered to the attacking third. After we couldn't do anything with it. Only a throw for Chorrillo. Passed in by Rojas. Back to Progreso in the 5th minute. In Richard Parra's estimation, Chorrillo headman suggesting that Honduras Progreso, they would wait for them to spend their energy and then attempt to counterpunch. And now trying to drive the ball over the top of this Chorrillo defense. Sanchez up the left. Bounces away from Brito, who will throw for Progreso. Smith. Garcia. The touch back toward Garcia, cut off from Leon. '27-year-old Garcia to throw for Progreso in the 6th minute. Touchback by Sierra. Out of the way by Stevens. He's trying to get on the ball again. Stevens helping to force the turnover now. Villarreal. Dangerous back pass, nearly cut off, but Vargas able to send it up the right-hand side. Blackman. Off of Morales. Blackman cedes the throw. How quickly now can Morales play? Garcia for Progreso. Bridge to nowhere, that. And now Miguel Vargas steps in. 27-year-old Colombian. Has started in the Colombian Primera B division. Deportiva Pereira. Got the opportunity start a significant number of games with them in 2013. Since then, he's seen his starting opportunities decline. He's hoping that the new scenery in Panama City may do him some good. Chorrillo keeper driving it out of harm's way. Rojas. Clever touch, breaks down Garcia. Smith, who's primarily playing the left back position, going all the way across the midfield line on the opposite corner. Now Garcia, a heavy-handed challenge. Villarreal dropping to the ground. You can see on the left side of your screen, taking out his left leg. It was challenged without really getting any of the ball. Camille. Who will get on the front foot first? Home side from Panama, Chorrillo. Honduras Progreso, who can look forward to the second match in this home and home next week in Honduras. Cesar Blackman, just 19 years old. For Chorrillo. Got the week. Mercado. Bounces all the way through Villarreal. Tried to lob it ahead, instead off of Cardona. It's Delgado. Cardona's got a lot of space in front of him. Slows down quickly and plays it up the right. Off of Brito, who scored twice throughout España in a preseason game last week. Brito, fine performance coming off his first short season with the group. Ball caroms out to Villarreal. Villarreal works on Garcia. A stalemate. Garcia eventually knocking it free. Luis Rojas to throw for Chorrillo. Capui. Luis Rojas, a long run up. First ball won by Progreso. Leon, net by Jaramillo. Quick to blow his whistle. No shots yet for either side. Build-up has not reached that crucial pass yet. Drop back by Franklin Morales. Over to Calix. Cardona. Delgado. Steered back to Smith. Villarreal held off the ball. Throw to Progreso, 13th minute. In the inaugural game of Scotiabank Concacaf League in 2017. Jose Garcia through the legs of Brito. Johnson crossfield pass. Well handled by Sanchez. His through ball handled by Vargas. A flick back as Smith chasing, but West picks up. Ball finally backstopped and Chorrillo takes over. Rojas, who started career high 31 games last year, now Sierra. Sierra on it. Back pass is dangerous. Delgado. Vargas got there first. Well, now maybe they're in numbers. Men in yellow. Pushed dead to Villarreal. This cross is out of play. Goal kick to West. Sliding in, Charmiel, advantage play to Progreso. Now Leon, fouled. 35 yards away from the goal line. Well, it's the best opportunity for Progreso yet as Manuel Vargas holding on the arm. Easy call for the Gantar, the referee. One would think if Chorrillo was focused on the counterpunch, the counterattack of Progreso, that's a simple enough professional foul to make. Well, we saw Victor Moncada score 2 free kicks against Pumas to secure a 2-1 win last year in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. He's not on the roster anymore. Will it be Sanchez or will it be Johnson? Vargas is ready. The wall 6 across. Johnson drives that into the wall. And a handball on the edge of the area on the free kick. And so it's even closer now, 23 or 24 yards away. Well, you really wanted to strike this with some significant pace. Johnson, indeed, driving that into the arms, which appear to be meant to shield the defender. It was Captui who picked up that handball call. And now, rather than power, the focus turns to finesse. Vargas trying to set a lengthy wall now. Sanchez or Johnson? It's Johnson off the wall again. Johnson on the follow-up. That's well over the bar. Falling down to the ground in apparent pain is Elkin Mosquera. Being stretched out. Well, Johnson trying to line that into the upper left corner, and the follow-up shot, simply too much power. Amo Sierra making his point known to the referee. As Mosquera is back to his feet. And for Johnson, chances on free kicks. Either challenging Vargas. We have a handful of Colombian players making their debut in international play for Chorrillos. Chorrillo on the ball now. Captui lobbing across. Hurtado pulls it down in the corner. Well, Karam's out of play. Hurtado earns the corner for Chorrillo. Villarreal way over. Oscar Villarreal goes short. Ball clipped back to him now by Hurtado. Villarreal stepping, shooting. What a save by West. The first real attempt on goal thus far tonight, and Woodrow West is up to the challenge from Villarreal. falling away from goal. The fact he simply steered this on target is impressive in its own right. But Woodrow West, who made tremendous saves time and time again in Champions League last year, stepping up Scotiabank Concacaf League in the early going. Here's Jarmil on the ensuing corner kick. Some food for thought for Brian Johnson, the referee. Jarmil to the front post. That's a dangerous sliding challenge. And yes, a yellow card. Villarreal. Ends in the 20th minute. And we didn't get too much of the ankle, so that could have been rather gruesome. Instead, simply painful and nothing more. Just a yellow card. Villarreal in the 20th minute of play for Chorrillo. Chance for everybody to get a bit of hydration. Temperatures in the upper 80s in Panama City this evening. Rain was falling earlier in the evening. And Roy Smith controls. Smith met by Captui. Roll for Carlos Sanchez. Struggled a bit at Real España. Made his return to Progreso for just one short Basura season. Bounding to Garcia. Off of Villarreal. For Chorrillo, twice reaching the group stage. They lost 6 of their 8 games in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. A win and a draw. Of course, the win was significant against Cruz Azul. 1-0. Arboleda scoring the goal in that affair. Dribbling ahead, Delgado. Holding off Hurtado. For Brito, diving header. Villarreal brought it down. Jarmil. It's popped off of West. He's able to corral it before Hurtado able to do something more with it. That's an intelligent pass from Delgado. Corresponding diagonal ball taken away by Rojas. So it's Mosquera in his first year playing in Panama, 27 years old, coming from Colombia. Alex tried to get a second shot at that clearance. Still down is Captui. Hurtado drops to the right. Sanchez, Hurtado. Hurtado getting by the defender, advantage played. Settled, long range effort is well off the target by Jarmil. Jarmil, who very likely will reach 200 appearances in league play for Chorrillo in the early stages of this season, trying for something special to break the early deadlock. Round of 16 action from Panama City and Scotiabank Concacaf League. It's the first leg between the Panamanian side Chorrillo and Honduras Progreso. All with the eyes of potentially making the October final in this tournament. Perhaps beyond that. Spot in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League in the spring. Well, the race is on up the far touchline. Cross is in. West dumps it out in front. Goalkeeper's out. Villarreal turns. Oh, he missed the target. Golden opportunity for Chorrillo, and they simply couldn't take advantage. Blackman heading forward, and for the second time, all simply scooped ahead by West. And while the previous long-range effort was tremendous from Villarreal, that one far less skillful. Cardona making one defender miss. And backspin to keep that in play. It's a goal kick for Chorrillo. Well, Richard Parra really wants to try and make a good tournament. He said both domestically and internationally. The real head coach trying to balance the needs of both in what's a complex time with these two tournaments running concurrently. Off of Morales. Morales held. There's the whistle. There you saw Parr on the bench. 6th in the Clausura season last year. I don't feel that's good enough. 4th in the early going this year through just 3 match days in the Apertura season. Villarreal. Square ball pushed ahead by Jaramillo. Taken away by Delgado. Cardona, overlapping run. Couldn't spring Garcia. All for Leon. Progreso defensive half. Smith tagging ahead. Alex on it again. Now Johnson. Pass off target. Leon sliding down. Chance now for Chorrillo. Smith has a beat on it. Won it to Cardona. Cardona thought he had won a goal kick. Instead, a throw. Deep in the Progreso half. A chance for what early on was a stifling Chorrillo press. Perhaps make itself known again. Stab back to Vargas. Pulled over. This time by Leon. Leon simply bursting into Manuel Vargas. What will Luis Jaramillo do here? What does Coach Parra want him to do? Perhaps the more important question. Jaramillo serves. West this time handles it. Morales. It's a throw for Chorrillo. Big mistake for Progreso. Villarreal, drop pass, Rojas into the box. Header snapped. Stevens couldn't turn it toward target. Morales pushing Blackman. Blackman stepping it ahead. Captui, forward for Chorrillo. Captui turns. That takes a deflection, bounces by West. And Captui doing yeoman's work, getting the shot away and earning the corner for Chorrillo. At the half-hour mark in this first Scotiabank Concacaf League match, Chorrillo has gotten the best opportunities thus far. Can Jaramillo do something on this corner kick? Jaramillo to the near post. All lined across and off of the defense of Brian Johnson. On the corner, Panamanian side. Ball played back to Stevens. Manuel tried to go near post. There's the second effort. West trying to get up. And simply not enough of the ball to steer it on frame. Again, it was the captain, the target, Alfredo Stevens, who scored against San Francisco and also against Toro in the opening 3 games of the season. He did get up and get ahead to it, but couldn't steer it downward. West now for Smith. Progreso really hasn't had the opportunity to get out on the counter very often in this game. And so if that was the expectation from this Chorrillo side, make no mistake, the manager himself saying they really didn't know what to expect. As West clears danger. Cardona dispossessed. This is their game plan so far. It's been operated to perfection. Cardona ripped down the on-rushing Villarreal. Well, Villarreal, it should be mentioned, is playing on a yellow card. Not that the foul itself is a concern, rather the position in which the foul occurred. Sanchez. Brito. Brito did not win the throw. Cedes to Mascara. Off of Villarreal, taken away by Garcia. Garcia on it now, the outside back for Progreso. Cardona, stripped by Villarreal. Carrying ahead, Captui somehow has retained possession still. Didn't have the movement he wanted. Villarreal. Now Villarreal's on the ball. It was a necessary turn to keep the ball, if only for a moment, by Delgado. Ball launched away by Stevens. Captain's armband tonight. Stevens 18 in yellow. 3rd year with Chorrillo in total. This is 2nd stint with the club. Returning after some time in Slovakia, 2015 into early stages of 2016. Delgado for Smith. Morales making a sprint at that far touchline. Villarreal sticking his foot in. Coming up the works in the midfield for Progreso. Alex's pass really poor. Fought by West. There's Morales. 29-year-old did score in a preseason friendly against Real España. Cardona getting up the right-hand side, corralling it in the corner. Cardona setting up Leon. Shot blocked, and now numbers were forward for Progreso. For Smith. Facing, hold up, Catui. That flag was up on the far touchline. That step by the veteran Roy Smith of Costa Rica was precisely what the Progreso back line needed in that moment. Alex's first touch let him down. His second was tremendous. Cardona slid away onto the foot of Rojas. Smith sliding it away from Stevens. Stevens appealing the central referee. Delgado. Leon. With the team since the beginning of their Liga Nacional campaigns in 2014. Progreso, a team that did not exist in its current form just 6 short years ago. And they are playing on one of CONCACAF's largest stages. Leon. Garcia. Attacking Villarreal and drew the contact from Jaramillo. There's a good chance that that ball would have been simple work for Luis Rojas. And Jaramillo simply let him fly by. Cardona starting to find space into the right corner on the byline. Opportunity to shoot is blocked down. Leon and came free. Catui had to stop his run to get back on side. Surely there's frustration from Hurtado. Ran right into Catui. Now Catui's on the ball. Lines it ahead, looking for Stevens. Couldn't find him. And then the sliding shot 25 yards away. Well off target from Jaramillo. th minute. Still scoreless. Chorrillo has gotten the best opportunities on goal, but Progreso has held their own on the road. And this the opening of the home-and-home series in the round of 16. Ball chipped through. Opportunity now. Ball is just across the face of going out of play from Brito. Thumbs up from Brito. For Progreso, their offense seemingly came from nowhere at all. Brito holding his run long enough. Brito unable to break this tie. 40-minute mark. Bounces to Jarmil. Through ball comes all the way to West. Progreso's first truly competitive match since the end of May when they fell in a two-legged aggregate final against Motagua. 7-1. In what proved to be a rather tragic circumstance. Well, Chorrillo, 3 games into their season now. One wonders if that'll prove to be prescient and later in the match. Cardona has gotten the ball with some space here a couple of times now. Chipped over to the right-hand side. Ball fired in. The second effort. Now a header is up over the bar. Garcia got the first effort for Progreso. 3 opportunities to steer it on frame. The only one that finally did went over. Well, Leon sidestepping it, and Garcia, that's a fine save from Vargas. And Morales nearly scoring the opener for Progreso. Well, Vargas has finally made a save of significance in this opening half. It's Stevens taking on Calix. Stevens into the box. It's knocked away by Smith. Onto the foot of Cardona. Delgado pushing ahead. Morales. Delgado. Cardona. Well, numbers pushing forward in the final minutes of the opening half for Progreso. Garcia. Going outwitted by Catui. Catui goes straight to the ground. Transfer from Santa Ema. He did score 7 goals last year. 9 in yellow. Coming up a bit lame there. Now the trainers make their way onto the field. He being motioned off the field. The stretcher will not be needed just yet. Well, there is a player waiting to make an appearance. Barsaio has a sheet of paper in his hand and has checked in with the fourth official now. They choose to go that way right before the half. He is an excellent goal scorer. Cardona was marked that time. Katui looks to be waved back on. They won't. Ball towards the box on the turn. Brito still driving in. Play continues. And now the long half volley. Skied out of play. Well, the substitution means the end for Pierre Katui right before halftime.
Sustitución por el equipo del Chorrillo. Entra con la camiseta número 23, Ricardo.
Well, surely he had hoped he could have made a bigger impact in this match. He was dealing with a foot injury coming in, Katui. Apparently it's enough to have him take a seat now after picking up another knock in this match. Ricatur Barsaio comes on. Stevens. And it is right at halftime. No foul whistled there. And it's off to the break. Kantar is simply having none of it here at the half. A couple good saves, one from each side. There was no scoring in the first half. As Chorrillo and Honduras Progreso finished the first 45 0-0 in 2017's round of 16 Concacaf League opening fixture. first half highlights between Honduras Progreso and the home side Chorrillo of Panama. From the early going, this game was won or lost in the midfield. In the end, it would be a draw through 45. It's an excellent effort, steered toward target. In the end, Villarreal shot parried away, poked over by West on a tremendous diving save. Villarreal, that would be his best opportunity, perhaps the best opportunity for either side in the opening 45 minutes. West continuing what's been a torrid run through Champions League and Concacaf League play over the course of the last 2 years. For Chorrillo, this is one of their better opportunities in the opening 45 minutes. It was Villarreal again, this time couldn't get the ball to dip down as the opportunity created up the right-hand side. Blackman getting all the way up the line, and it was just simply scooped into the air by West, brought down, and even though Hurtado did the work to keep it in an attacking move, Villarreal off frame. This is Stevens, the captain, heading the ball over in the latter stages of the opening half. And then Progreso really started to find their legs. This ball across the face of goal and out of play from Jorel Brito. As he drove the left side of the box, it would have been a difficult finish. In the end, not on frame. Moving forward, Garcia, great save by Vargas. And the final effort by Morales, just barely over the top. Garcia, that was earmarked for side netting. Instead, it was Morales who could not bring it down. And at halftime, it finishes 0-0 between Honduras Progreso and Chorrillo at Estadio Fernandez in Panama City. Those are the statistics. We thought that Chorrillo would be the one with more of the possession, that Progreso would be the team focused on counterattacks in the end. The fouls would certainly indicate that Chorrillo did a good job of keeping Progreso from that point. But one would say that the possession statistic is a bit surprising. Both teams take 4 shots on target. Neither team has scored through 45 minutes. For Panama's Chorrillo, they try and steal a goal and perhaps an opening win in this first leg before they go on the road next Wednesday to Progreso. They'll have a second half to try and eke out a home field advantage moving into the second leg in the round of 16 of Scotiabank Concacaf League. Second half of play set to begin in mere moments in Panama City. Chorrillo on the left-hand side preparing to attack to the right. Honduras Progreso. And the Panamanian side come away with a result in this opener before heading off to Honduras in just 8 days. If they simply hold a draw, they have the upper hand. With the away goals suddenly becoming much more significant when they meet in those 8 short days. Chorrillo did make one change shortly before halftime. Barzal came on. The 22-year-old Panamanian forward is at the bottom of the center circle on your screen. He came on for the injured Jer Katui, who was dealing with a foot injury as it was, but was injured in the 45th minute. Alfredo Stevens over the ball with the Gantar, looks to his watch. And Scotiabank Concacaf League's opening match is on to the second half. Chorrillo and Honduras Progreso seeking a winner in Panama City tonight. And at the outset, ball brought down by Stevens. The attack breaks down for Chorrillo. Kicked away from Hurtado. Oh, Richard Parra was unsure what they would see from Honduras Progreso. Their possession, to be frank, has been a bit surprising. They had a 55-45 advantage in the first half. Blackman ricochets off Juan Delgado, a corner for Chorrillo, who have come out inspired. They did hold that players-only meeting on the field before they left, and there was certainly some inspired words. And along with a bit of tinkering, the head technician, that'll be the difference for Chorrillo. Oscar Villarreal. Villarreal off of Delgado. Arrives again, swerves another cross in. It's an open header, and it's in. Chorrillo has scored just 2 minutes into the half. It's Guillermo Sierra, and it's the opening goal in Concacaf League. Way too easy for Chorrillo. For Sierra, a piece of history. The first goal in this tournament's short-lived history belongs to him now. And the Panamanian side has taken a 1-goal lead. It simply bounced through. Smith thought Brito would get the header, and sneaking behind. Sierra scoring for Chorrillo. And the man who played for Progreso's biggest rival in Honduras, Olympia, has scored for Chorrillo in the 47th minute. Well, that's quite the first goal for Guillermo Sierra in his new colors. The goal of CONCACAF League. Now the impetus on Honduras Progreso to find an away goal here. Cardona lost his footing. Rojas. Garcia. Leon. Well, sliding challenge from Stevens was a bit hasty. Stevens well aware. Back to the official in the end. Well, Chorrillo has done well in these opening 5 minutes of the half. Sierra scoring just 90 seconds into the second half of play. Numbers along the edge of the box for Progreso. Sanchez served that into a dangerous position. Foul committed. Another opportunity for Progreso to serve, this time much closer to the end line. Off from Luis Rojas. Villarreal stepping away now. And Sanchez do a bit better this time around. Carlos Sanchez drives it towards net. It's popped over by Vargas. It was a tough angle to shoot from, but he did test Vargas in the end. A corner kick to Honduras Progreso. Perhaps if he had played that just a bit shorter toward the post, he would have had a chance to sneak in. Alex being pulled aside now alongside his fellow number 4, Rojas. Sanchez on the corner. It's punched away by Vargas. It's not very convincing. Throw for Progreso. Austin Delgado immediately blocked. Off on the chase, Barsile. Pushed out wide. Calix brings it down. Drop pass shot is deflected back out. Morales trying to corral it, couldn't. Return from Hurtado. Throw for Progreso, and Delgado tosses it in. Brito. Calix. Calix looking for Brito, who turns, plays it back. And now fired up and over the bar. Well, it's a small but spirited crowd for Chorrillo tonight in Panama City. For Wilmer Cruz, one wonders how the tactics of this whole game changed in the opening 2 moments of the second half. Cardona on himself out. Lofted toward Barsile. Sile brought it down there, but right to Delgado. Stevens gets behind the ball. Smith. Sile giving chase. Villarreal cuts away from the byline. Garcia knocked it out and was able to do it off Villarreal. Woodrow West. He'll be played again. Lofted ball out of play. Too cheeky. The restart from Progreso. Roy Smith sends it up the line. May well have started something here for Progreso, trying to hold up play. Morales looking to throw, and the assistant's flag pointing to the right. .47th minute goal from Guillermo Sierra, the difference so far for Panama's Chorrillo, looking for just their second win in CONCACAF club competition. Well, it's promising now for Leon. Sliding shot from Brito right to Vargas. Brito felt like he got his legs cut out. Now down by Villarreal. Sile all the way up to the end. You're watching 2017 CONCACAF League action. The opening game, Chorrillo and Honduras Progreso, christening the newly minted Scotiabank CONCACAF League competition in this round of 16 bout, the first of two legs, this being played in Panama City. Sanchez looking for Morales. Kept in play by Vargas. Carlos Gutierrez awaiting the opportunity to come on. Be the second change for Chorrillo. And there is the change. Luis Jarmil, who in the first half was really all over the field, in the second half has had a far less pronounced impact. Will check out. Not bad from the fifth-year Chorrillo man. It's onto the field for Carlos Gutierrez, the 22-year-old. Gutierrez, who in his second year with this club, coming from Plaza Amador. As Stevens down on all fours. For Villarreal, a chance to serve now. Villarreal. Well, West did get a touch to that. It wasn't necessary. Spun that way too far. He just really lost track where that post was, it appears. Stevens clapping in the foreground. Gutierrez will get his first touch. That ball would stay in place, that is. Gutierrez skying up the header from Rojas without any true direction. Well, it's just an open header. It's snuck by Woodrow West tonight. Has made one really fantastic save. Haddix kept in play by Sanchez. Bounced up off the knee of the oncoming Honduran Progreso player. Leon. Stevens has gotten by the defender, and he sends it out in front. Ball caroms backwards and cleared by Sanchez. The attack still on now. Vargas, Blackman. Blackman getting by Morales. On that by both Morales and Sanchez, cutting it back. Throw to Franklin Morales now. Fourth season with this Progreso side, 10 in black and white tonight. Estadio Ramel Fernandez in Panama City. Round of 16. First leg. Chorrillo out in front at home. Goal to nil over Honduras Progreso. Picking up the lead in the 47th minute. Ramos Sierra. No goal thus far. Smith. Delgado. Well, Delgado's got a nice run going here. Morales. Johnson, Villarreal, lying it off of Garcia. Now the opportunity to get behind. Cardona into the box. Cardona trying to get around the defender. Trying to line it off Vargas, and it got out over the end line. Simply a little too much pace on it. It was the right call, it appears, from the referee to award the goal kick. Vargas found Villarreal off of Sanchez. Right to West. Good fortuitous. Over to Sanchez now. He's moved FC Dallas in Major League Soccer, nixed over the offseason. And they'll be looking at him again come December at the end of the MLS season. Hurtado. Smith. Between two players, goes sliding in, keeping the ball for Progreso. The attack on now. Smith pushes it up the left-hand side, too far for Morales, and cleared out of play by Mosquera. Smith getting way upfield, sensing the opportunity. Cardona was looking for a return ball that eventually found him, but it was due in part to the foul. Well, Wilmer Cruz, 63 caps. for Honduras, said that Rio already has 3 games. That's where they're in trouble into this game. They were concerned. They did beat Real España, a fellow team in the Honduran Liga Nacional, 5-2 in an exhibition. Really hard to consider that the same level of competition that we see tonight. Well, there's Roy Smith. He was signed with Scotiabank Concacaf League and Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League in mind last summer. Sanchez. Sanchez with a collision there, Cesar Blackman. It's that right there, that's Blackman instantly grabbing for his right leg. I'm telling Blackman stay where he is, while rather telling the manager to step off the field. A second look at this. It was an attempt at the ball, to be sure. Simply went over the ball and went in perhaps above the shin guard of Blackman. Last year started 29 games in the Panamanian Apertura Basura seasons at the tender age of 18. Pedro Mencia waiting to come on for Honduras Progreso now. Very attack-minded substitution, regardless of who he takes off. He'll replace Edwin Leon.
Sustitución por el equipo de Honduras Progreso. Sale con la camiseta número 20, Edwin León. Entra con la 23, Pedro Mencia.
Mencia comes on, having scored 17 goals over the course of the last 3 seasons in league play. One of the buttons this Progreso side can try and push to find what could be a crucial away goal. Mencia immediately involved. That ball, I need nobody there. The foul handed to Hurtado. For Progreso, that is their first substitution. They have a couple remaining. Meanwhile, this will be the 3rd and final substitution. Lest we forget, Oscar Villarreal has been playing on a yellow card now for 47 minutes. That may well be the reason why. He will cede his spot now.
Sustitución por el Chorrillo F.C. Sale con la camiseta número 7, Oscar Villarreal. Entra con la 21, Francisco Bence.
Francisco Bence comes on. Well, 1 to Smith, who then himself turned it over. Blackman lost his footing. Morales. Square ball along the halfway line. It's Garcia. Bouncing to Delgado. Swept ahead to Sanchez. And now Morales. Sanchez reversing. Smith. Deflected ball on Johnson's pass. It's again Progreso taking over. 69th minute. Been trailing now for 22 minutes. That's Guillermo Sierra. Put Chorrillo ahead. Sanchez had her ripped upfield by Blackman. Fought down by Delgado. Garcia. Garcia on it now. Johnson. Mencia. And now the run out for Chorrillo. Could be a significant moment here. Gutierrez. Turning the corner. Stevens. Off the outside of the net. And it deflected on the way. And it's a corner to Chorrillo in the 70th minute. Well, Stevens matching up against the best defender. This Progreso side simply getting enough on the ball. Force it out of play. Carlos Gutierrez prepares to take the corner kick. Gutierrez, he nearly swung that toward the back post. Instead, West picks it up and he wants to move quickly. Can they counter? Morales. Pushed the other way by Mosquera. The high hap as Sanchez flying to the ground. He went in along with Manuel Vargas. He was pointing for it. Now Blackman's got it. Targets available. Blackman. The snapped header is off target from Barsayo. And Barsayo is a known commodity as a goal scorer. That ball, again, man-marked by the best defender on the field. It seems like Roy Smith is always where he needs to be, whether it be in transition or otherwise. Panama City, the site. Estanio Romel Fernandez, round of 16 action. Panama's Chorrillo ahead of Honduras Progreso, 1-0. Can Progreso find a priceless away goal before it's all said and done? Before these two teams meet, just 8 short days from now. Mencia. Numbers flowing into the box for Progreso. Get back down. Mencia. Rojas came away. Speed now for Blackman. Met by Smith. Smith rolls the ball back behind him and out for a throw. There were 6 changes in this lineup for Chorrillo from their most recent game against San Francisco. A 1-1 draw on Friday. It's 4 days back. Well, Morales playing physical, and well, I'm not sure what Cesar Blackman was trying to do there. Your guess as good as mine. Maybe as good as his, too. Well done to head that down by Garcia to keep possession for Progreso. They start their league season on Saturday. They fell in the final on aggregate, 7-1. Looking to find their winning ways in Concacaf League before they begin in Liga Nacional again. This is a lengthy horizontal run. Garcia, well, they've overloaded to the left now. Morales. And with Mencia instead. Lifted back. Sanchez. Delgado. Smith. Still backpedaling. West. Flips it out to Delgado. Mencia turned it over. Gutierrez finding Barsile. Won by Garcia. And back to Progreso's goalkeeper, Woodrow West. Mencia, second half sub for Progreso. Bouncing ball to Morales. Run coming inside of him. Mencia, Morales won it. Plays back to Johnson. Morales, Garcia. Created one of the great opportunities of the first half for Progreso, this time retreating. Square ball was stolen initially, and Stevens did indeed win it again. So numbers moving forward, it's 3-on-3 for Chorrillo, and it is an absolute full-on tackle from Progreso. That's an obvious yellow card. Calix, who led the team in yellow cards 2 short years ago, making no mistake. That's some contact there. And Stevens, the captain, worse for the wear. No surprise there. That's a high-speed collision. It's a 76th minute yellow card. It looks violent in real speed, but in slow motion it looks gruesome. Henry Martinez comes on. Franklin Morales is done. Second sub now for Progreso. Well, it's Gutierrez who's been taking the corners from this side, set to take the free kick. And Mariano Acevedo has come on as well. That's the third and final substitution. Gutierrez.
Con la camiseta número 22, Johnson. Entra con la 12, Mariano Acevedo.
I'll bring it back now and have West try again. Acevedo in. Years ago, he played more minutes than any other field player on the Progreso side. Last year, 1,000 fewer minutes to his credit. He comes off the bench this evening, Acevedo. Well, Progreso knows that they can take this home. If they are only down 1-0, they do have a very realistic chance of moving on. Still, they'd like to get the away goal. Make it a bit more interesting. Mencia. Mencia now. Line drive where Cardona was the target. Turning back on the ball. Stevens took it right away from him. Stevens starting a give and go up the left. Vargas looking for some help. Crossfield ball. Hurtado. Hurtado look toward Blackman. Blackman there. Gutierrez. For Chorrillo, this could be their second win in Concacaf play. They've won once in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. It was against Cruz Azul at home. They score a second win in international club play as Panamanian side against a Progreso team. Fell just once in their group stage campaign a year ago, their first taste of international play. Comes free, Barzal. By Martinez. Fellow substitute, Acevedo. Acevedo and Stevens tangled up. Mencia. Algado. Smith. The ball crawls to him in the 81st minute. Hurtado. Blackman. Turning the corner. Hurtado driving the byline. Wilson, Woodrow West coming out. And that out. Corner coming. '82nd minute now. And Progreso forced to defend the corner. Fans making their way to Panama City tonight. The rain certainly keeping a few fans from making it out to Estadio Ramel Fernandez. Vence. Vence. West. Rolls it out. Far too much space now to attack. Mencia cutting back. Tried to square it up. A running start for Cardona. The second slide kept it away from Cardona in the end. Turned over. Acevedo got it again. Options looming in the box, and Gutierrez the clearance. Off the head of Barzal. Vargas. Stevens. Down with his chest. Barzal. Blackman pointing into the corner. They'll call the handball. Went up and off the bicep of Henry Martinez. He came over from Real Sociedad. And on the restart, ball over the top, it's a header, and Stevens sent it right into West. It was offside, and so West plants the ball down, and Progreso tries to go the other way. It was a quick move, that time from Gutierrez. Now Mencia. Sidestepped out of harm's way. but not for long. Cardona. Garcia. On the turn, Acevedo. And they've isolated Martinez now. Delgado. Stepping forward. It's back now to Martinez. Garcia tags it wide. Ball lined in. The turn, the shot is wide. He also deemed it offside. It never would have counted for Brito. Well, that did go off the bottom of the shoe of the defender. Five minutes plus stoppage to go in Panama City tonight. Can Chorrillo score their first win in this new tournament format? There's the ball in from Hurtado. West corrals and tosses upfield. Progreso, really one of the more remarkable stories of Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League last year. A shocking win over Pumas. 2 jaw-dropping, show-stopping free kicks. And now there's been no such magic for Progreso on the road. Panamanian side. It really wants to find the advantage before going on the road next week. Smith, Delgado. Sanchez, well done there by Mosquera. And the foul conceded. That's Blackman there. Blackman a bit reckless. His effort toward the ball is Jorge Cardona. A local product for this Progreso side. Cardona will go up the left-hand side should they choose to use him. Ball headed free, Barsayo. Sanchez simply could not make it teasing enough. Smith trying to ball hawk in the attacking half off that free kick. Sierra, the goal scorer. Barsayo. Hold on, Smith. Dangerous header back. This is a great counter-attacking opportunity now. Ball off the back heel. Shot by Martinez. It is blocked back. And now a chance for Chorrillo the other way. Ball lined over the top. West is off his line. Stevens turns, shoots. It's off the defender, Garcia. End-to-end action as Progreso tries to now catch Chorrillo in the 89th minute. It was a good opportunity for Martinez previous. He gets the ball up the left now. Cardona stepped away. Comes free to Gutierrez. Pense, Gutierrez. Acevedo. Mencio's back to his feet. Felt he'd been fouled previously. Valencia going backward. Rojas charging. Everybody behind the ball now. The Chorrillo trying to protect their 1-0 margin. Following a quick restart this time for Martinez. Cardona. Not over Brito. Obvious handball. Pedro Mencia. You tell me, is that an unnatural position? Yeah. 90th minute. Nothing to Chorrillo. Is Sierra's goal enough? Can Progreso get that one last chance?
Damas y caballeros, Liga Concacaf, Scotiabank presenta 3 minutos de reposición.
3 minutes of added time. It's Martinez. Cardona. Foul by Stevens. He's picked up a yellow card.
Tarjeta amarilla. Camiseta número 18 del Chorrillo.
90 plus 1. Would that prove to be an issue later on in the tournament? Captain goes into the book. He hopes in support of a good cause in the end. Midway point of stoppage time in the second half. Headed down. Pushed ahead. Barsayo. Hurtado couldn't hold it. Second ball over the top. His header over Martinez. Smith is in the attacking half. Heads the ball to the near touchline. Barsayo did enough to slide it away. Stevens. Hurtado muscled off the ball by Sanchez. Not enough numbers forward right now for Progreso if they hope to press for an equalizer. Gutierrez, through ball. West is there. Almost sprung Barsayo. Guillermo Sierra, the center back, scoring on the second ball on a corner kick in the 47th minute for Chorrillo. Is it enough tonight? Turned over on the buildup. Right back to Progreso. Good chance this could be it. Martinez got it to Cardona. Cardona's got to move quickly. Martinez sends the ball toward the box. Turning. Gutierrez has it, and we've reached full time. Chorrillo, the Panamanians, win in Panama City tonight. They take a 1-0 lead in the home leg as they go to Honduras in just 8 days. They've got the advantage in this round of 16 matchup between Honduras Progreso and Chorrillo tonight. Well, Guillermo Sierra, go-ahead goal in the 47th minute for Progreso. Couple good saves from West. mirrored by a couple good saves from Miguel Vargas for Chorrillo. In the end, at full time, Guillermo Sierra, the game-winning goal in the 47th minute. It's the home side. Chorrillo taking a 1-0 lead in the first leg of this round of 16 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League match. It finishes Chorrillo 1, Progreso 0.